Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 14, or Entertainment District Arc Episode 7, called Transformation. I think we know what this is in reference to.
Wait, what's it in reference to?
Nezuko's bus line. As Adam so sheepishly pointed out last episode.
Not the first thing I noticed, just saying. It's the second thing.
I might be so bold to say that last episode is my favorite of Demon Slayer so far. Wait, what one's better?
The movie?
The movie's a movie, it's not the episode.
Okay, well, if you take the movie out, then fair.
Okay, I love the Hinokami episode in season 1, episode 19. I really liked season 2, episode 7, where Rengoku's fighting Akaza, and this one. Those are probably my top 3, I would say.
I can't remember episode numbers like you, so I mean, those all sound good. But last week was amazing. Like, such a good episode.
We were speechless.
I think my capillary comment, or your capillary comment, was maybe my favorite. I had a good chuckle.
Yo, Nezuko kicked Daki's head off so that her blood vessels were waving in the wind. That was intense. You know what? It was great, the battle between Tanjiro and Daki, where he found a deeper level and utilized sun breathing. Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah.
But then Nezuko just like...
Get it, girl.
Getting after it, you know, got chopped into pieces, but like regenerated a la Akaza.
Yeah.
Then her boobs grew like crazy, as Adam wanted everyone to know.
You keep bringing it up now.
The bamboo muzzle broke off. The horn, the unicorn horn on her head, and the tattoos.
Yeah. I mean...
And she hasn't even consumed any human blood. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. There were some really interesting discussions about the whole dynamic between Tanjiro and Nezuko and why she wasn't fighting, and we don't need to get into it here, but I really enjoyed reading other people's points of view, and people had really good comments. So it was, thank you for the coherent thoughts and putting time in. It was really interesting to think about.
It's very interesting what people choose to interpret and focus on based on their own life experience. And like, I know for us, having spent decades in a hyper competitive environment, we definitely tend to focus on like,
winning.
What do you have to do to win, my man? Okay. So yeah, we do appreciate hearing what everybody has to say. I know I came in hot at the beginning of last episode. Sometimes I'm just in a spicy mood, okay?
I can vouch for that.
But anyways, we do like to read what you guys interpret based on what you've experienced in your lives. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm ready to see Uzui get in here. Like, we haven't seen him get after it yet.
Well, I think he ran in the wrong direction.
I mean,
honestly.
he might be. Like, this might be part of his warm-up. We might see some dynamic stretches before he shows up. Hard to say, but I want to see him get after it.
See him really let loose.
Yeah.
Big man. Okay, here we go. I think this is gonna be outstanding. But I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but they're already high, so here we go.
I'm hoping for a banger.
All right, Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 14 is coming right. Those are stumpy belt straps. Her nails are also amazing.
Let's go.
Interesting timing for that comment, but it's fine.
I was looking for the fight. Whoa.
Slice of dice again?
Maybe this is a replay.
Oh yeah, this is when she jumped on her back and I thought she went all the way through. Look at those tattoo patterns even on the intro screen. She went all the way through her back. Did she sever her spinal cord?
It's a fair question.
Oh, did you see those toenails?
I did. Oh, she's enjoying that a little too much.
Yeah, she really likes that. You need to take a deep breath.
He's gonna need to pull her back from the edge.
Is he in the in-between? You know?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Doesn't matter.
Did she just grab that with a disconnected arm?
Mm-hmm.
The blood! Exploding blood keeps her together. Just like that day. Oh my gosh. Her skin is just burned off.
She's kicking her through houses.
I feel sick.
Uh-oh. Now comes the real test.
Oh my gosh, a human is bleeding and she doesn't have her muzzle on.
Nezukoの血の匂いがする。俺が気を失っている間、どれだけ傷つけられたかわかる。痛かったろ、苦しいよな。ごめんな、でも大丈夫だ。兄ちゃんが誰も傷つけさせないから。眠るんだ、ネズコ。眠って回復するんだ。ネズコ。
You gotta look her in the eyes.
don't feel so well.
All of the comments kind of make a little more sense now.
Again, that's fine, but it's easy to
Yeah,
make comments
yeah.
like that when you've seen the whole thing.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, it makes sense, but we've never seen her have to do that in a fight before. Like, go to that extreme.
Like against Rui, she was tied up.
Yeah.
And so she was using her exploding blood while she was in a compromised position.
Yeah. Well, and you see both of them had to push to the very limit of what's comfortable for them in this fight. And she must be feeling super drained and just have given over
To her,
mentally, like to get to that spot. Yeah.
Her blood clots were holding her limbs together. It literally reminded me of when Daki's belt neck was holding her head on.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like, but it was just like blood.
I don't know, I thought that was super cool actually.
Oh, it's like eerie how similar it was to Daki.
Yeah. But she's powerful.
It was kind of sadistic in a way. Like, I know, again, you want to win the fight, but like to see her grinning while she was doing it, it was like slightly disturbing.
But didn't it remind you of Akaza when he was fighting? Like, he just enjoyed that so much.
No, but I think it was different than Akaza because Akaza was having fun being challenged and like pushed. Akaza enjoyed the like exercise of training and fighting and stuff, but I feel like Nezuko was grinning because she just was enjoying seeing Daki suffer.
Interesting.
You don't agree?
I don't disagree. I think my initial thought was she was enjoying the feeling of power, not necessarily the Daki part, but you could very well be right. And it might be a combination of both. This is the first time she's like let loose on her quote unquote ability.
Her limbs didn't even fall. The blood caught them, kept them attached. She could still operate her.
She stopped the
all
belt
the
with
pieces.
all of them. That was.
Like, that was wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her lips were burned off? I'm not loving the lack of lips.
You knew
I
he was
just
going to show
got
up.
goosebumps.
おい、これかまどねずこじゃねえか。派手に鬼化が進んでやがる。
薄いさ。
親方様の前で大見え切ってたくせに、なんだこの低たらくは。誰も鬼化を派手にやれなんて言ってねえぞ。
走らねえ。そっちから来たの。手間が省けた。
うるせえな。
Just give us a second here, we need to regroup.
弱すぎなんだよ。俺が探ってたのはお前じゃない。
何よ、バカなこと。
Wait, he just chopped her. I was wondering, oh my gosh, he chopped her neck off when he came through.
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure he just won.
Because she was about to attack, and I was like, so what happened with her attack?
Hey, I'm the third strongest demon, but you're not the one I'm looking for.
No, is she upper 6?
Or was it Kaza 3?
I think so. I'm on edge.
Found it.
見つけたのか。山の神、 猪之助様のお通りじゃ。
切った首が落ちてる。宇髄さんが切ったのか。すごい。
おい、戦いはまだ終わってねえぞ。妹をどうにかしろ。
I do not feel good.
ぐずり出すようなバカガキは戦いの場にいらねえ。地味に子守歌でも歌ってやれや。
Oh gosh, if he's not winded, he'll land straight on his back.
ダメだ。俺の声が届かない。全然聞いてくれ
Like
ない。
her eyes are gone.
どうしよう。母さん。
子守歌でも歌ってやれ。
That's a good idea.
コン小山の小ウサギはなぜにお耳がなごんこざる。小さい時に母様が
Good thing you didn't get the horn.
Good thing his head is rock hard.
長いこの歯を食べたゆえ、それでお耳がなごんこざる。
ネズコ。
お兄ちゃんのお目々が赤いのはお腹の中にいた時にお母さんが赤い木の実を食べたから？
How can she absolutely demolish Daki and like she's struggling to move?
It's a fair question. I think the hold with the sword in the mouth, like Daki never got her. I think that's a pretty good way to restrain someone.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like...
I thought he would have to like look into her eyes or something, but that was a good way of connecting with her. I will say that's probably the worst lullaby I've ever heard from him, as he was gaping for breath. But mission
Listen to the
accomplished.
words, not how I'm saying it. Also, is Daki actually dead? Because she has not started disintegrating yet.
I don't know if she's got any tricks up her sleeve, but she did say beheaded, and Uzui seems to think that there's another higher level demon there, and that he did kill her.
Is he talking about Kabutsuji Muzan, who's been in there, like,
Maybe.
coaching her up and stuff?
Do you think she could have false eyes?
Who?
Daki. So she is not actually an upper six, but there's an upper six there who's given her, like a puppet master,
That
or
would
like
be...
the madam who like works in the shadows.
That would be such a trip. The demon is actually the belt not Daki.
Or something. That's what popped into my mind.
He's like, yeah, I don't really care about you. You're too weak. I was like, excuse me? Well, yeah, because you were running around who knows where for the last 12 hours and Nezuko just stomped her back.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. I
guess
still
we'll
have
find out.
questions. I still have questions. It's like, are her changes gonna like go back inside of her? You know what I mean? Like, is she gonna like absorb them again? And
I
then
think so.
they don't. Oh, there we go. Like, it only comes out when she's like, oh, she's tiny again.
Oh, she's tired.
She is actually so cute like that, though.
She will sleep for a year after this,
Like
though.
mini baby.
母さん寝た。寝ました。藤井さん。
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。どこ行く気？よくも私の首を切ったわね。ただじゃおかないから。
まだギャーギャー言ってんのか。もうお前に用はねえよ。地味に死にな。
ふざけんじゃないよ。だいたいあんたさっき私が上限じゃないとか言ったわね。
だってお前上限じゃねえじゃん。
私は上限の6よ。
だったらなんで首切られてんだよ。弱すぎだろ。脳みそ爆発してんのか。
私まだ負けてないからね。上限なんだから。
負けてるだろ。一目瞭然に。
私本当に強いのよ。今はまだ6だけど、これからもっと強くなって。
説得力ねえ。
I told you she wasn't.
キャン泣きじゃねえか。嘘だろ。いやいやいや、それよりこいついつまで喋ってん
No,
の。
let her talk, let her talk.
首を切ってるのに体が崩れねえぞ。
Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. I don't feel good.
首くらい自分でくっつけろよな。おめえは本当に頭が足りねえな。
首を切り落としたのに死な
The
ない。
belt is that
背
guy?
中から出てきたもう一体は何だ。反射速度が比じゃねえ。
顔はやけどか。これな。大事にしろ顔はな。せっかく可愛い顔に生まれたんだからな。
Wait, what did that just say? Upper 4? Upper 6?
やるな。攻撃止めたな。殺す気で切ったけどな。いいなお前、いいな。お前いいな。その顔いいな。肌もいいな。シミもあざも傷もねえんだな。肉付きもいいな。俺は太れねえんだよな。
Oh my gosh, I actually feel nauseous.
縦数万6尺は優に超えてるな。
This guy.
女にもさぞかしもてはやされるんだろうな。妬ましいな、妬ましいな。死んでくれねえかな。そりゃもう苦しい仕方でな。生きたまま生皮はがれたり腹をかっさばかれたり。それから
This guy is
お兄ちゃん、
crazy.
こいつだけじゃないのよ。まだいるの。私を焼いた奴らも殺してよ。絶
What is happening?
そうだ
What? What? Never did I ever think that this would happen.
No.
I was so confused and she was just sitting there with her head in her lap. I was like, is she dead or not? Like, she should be disintegrating.
I mean, I picked up late that there was going to be another demon after he said something. But I didn't think it would be her brother, and I didn't think he would separate from her back, and he's nuts.
He's nuts, and he's also like, it's like she took all the beauty.
Yeah.
It's like she took all the life force, and he is just like Lord Voldemort laying on the train platform in Harry Potter.
Do you think he's older or younger than her?
I want to say they're twins. Maybe he is her twin and she absorbed him.
That's a great theory.
But her annoying, whiny voice, like,
Ugh.
what are you doing? You're just
The
being
worst.
like such a little brat.
I wonder when they were, I'll call them conjoined, their personalities balance each other out, because she wasn't that whiny.
No, she wasn't. She was very confident. But now she's just like regressed to being like a toddler.
Yeah. Oh, now we're gonna...
And like literally, he's like putrid. He is like rotting.
desiccating.
His weapon looks like bones. Like he's just. Bleh.
It also makes sense that Tanjiro could, quote unquote, hold his own against her because she wasn't a true upper. Because I
So
was watching...
together, they're upper six.
No, I think he's the real source of power and she is some sort of shell. So even when she was there, she had power, but not the same power that he will have. And
But
there was
Kabutoji
some-
Muzan has to know that, right?
I would guess so.
He has to know.
But I was a little skeptical. And I know he'd been training, and I know they leveled up, and I know ABC. But to go and hold your own against an upper six that quickly without fighting anybody else did seem a little sketch to me. So this is interesting.
This whole episode has made me really uncomfortable. Like I've just been uneasy like this whole time.
Well, he does a great job of making you feel that way. Like, he's cringy.
Well, him, but then also Nezuko when she was fighting, and then when she was about to attack the human, and her just like fighting back against Tanjiro, like the whole thing has, I've just been feeling not great.
No, that's fair. Because the reality of it is, Nezuko crossed the line. She was going to attack that person. She didn't. But, yeah, that's...
そうだな、そりゃ許せねえな。俺の可愛い妹が足りねえ頭で一生懸命やってるの。いじめるような奴らは皆殺しだ。取り立てるぜ、俺はな。やられた分は必ず取り立てる。死ぬ時ぐるぐる巡る。
How is his pants even staying on? He's literally a skeleton.
なんだあれは。カマか。カマ
Let's go. Time to wake up again. Just kidding.
さっきの帯鬼と武器が違う。どういうことだ。
It's a great question.
新手の鬼か。宇髄さんの血の匂い。火星に行かなければ。
俺がするところだ。ご当着者ボケ。頼りにしろ俺は。
Now they can all work together to do this.
二人とも宇髄さんを加勢してくれ。頼む。
任せて安心しとけこら。大暴れしてやれや。この俺様、伊之助様がどこでるの。
Ooh, using some new terms.
禰豆子を箱に戻して。
Oh.
少しの間だけ許してくれ。
許す。
ありがとう。魂な。お前本当にいい男じゃねえかよなあ。 人間かばってな、格好つけてな。いい
He's pretty jacked.
な。そいつらにとってお前は命の恩人だよな。さぞや好かれて感謝されることだろうな。
まあな、俺は派手で華やかな色男だし当然だろ。女房も3人いるからな。
I'm just gonna make you feel worse about yourself.
女房が3人もいるのかよ。ふざけるなよな。許せねえ。
He literally reminds me of Beetlejuice.
血気術。首つがだ。
薄い歯のよう
A
な
blood sickle? That's
可愛い
crazy.
ながらさばききれ。
なんだ、はぜたぞ。
He's got a little technology.
いいよ、身を隠せ。
逃がさねえか。
Holy.
曲がれ、首つがだ。
斬撃地さえ操れるのか。敵に当たって弾けるまで動く血の斬撃。あの兄弟、妹の方は首を切っても死ななかった。ありえない事態だ。兄貴の首を切ればもろとも消滅するのか。兄貴が本体なのか。
Or maybe he represents the soul, and it's just a nasty thing.
この男ですけ、上の階の人間はほとんど逃げて。
He is the sound Hashira after all. Whoa.
ま、一筋縄にはいかねえわな。
俺たちは二人で一つだからな。
That wasn't necessarily the episode I thought it was gonna be.
I think I have anxiety.
You definitely have anxiety. It was. There wasn't. I thought there was gonna be a full battle with Daki. Like that's what I was expecting in this episode. Was
She folded like a cheap tent.
she did? She did. I was expecting to see a little more Nezuko. I was expecting Uzui to come in. I was expecting them to have to team up. And then you're standing there and Uzui just beheads her without even thinking about it. And you're like, okay, is this over? That was wild. Like last episode was fun.
Last
This
episode
one
was fun.
This one was wild. I
Last
did not
episode
see-
was fun and exciting. This one made me sick.
The stakes got higher. Nezuko almost lost her humanity. You see a desiccated upper.
I'm curious what the conditions are for him to express himself. Because you would think if they're codependent that he would have been acting like inside her, you know? But like she just completely folded and then regresses to like toddler mode and then he emerges like
It's almost well, I have two thoughts. It's almost a split personality where you have one dominant personality, but then certain things trigger the other one to come out, except there's an actual other being, physical being there. And then the second one is really interesting that they're brother and sister, like you have the same dynamic with Tanjiro and Nezuko, which is fascinating. I wonder if that's going to play into anything.
it's almost like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation, like Daki and I forget his name. I'll get it next time he says it. They are literally complete opposites.
Yeah.
And it's reminding me of like a typical like horror classic, you know, like the exterior is so polished and beautiful. She's articulate, blah blah blah. And then flip side is literally a skeleton, skin just like melting off his face. He's all like that's how his voice was. Like, I don't know, it's just a very interesting like juxtaposition.
Dichotomy.
But then I'm curious, I do think that there is going to be some mirroring between Tanjiro and Nezuko. Although, will she be able to wake up? I don't think she's going to be able to recover and wake up in time.
No, I think they had their play so far, but it's still kind of a mirroring dynamic. Yeah. I will also say that his pants reminded me of jeans from the 90s.
How did those things stay up? He was literally a pelvic bone. Okay, like, there was a solid 6 inches between the bones and the fabric of the pants. How did they stay up, okay?
Blood Demon Art.
Blood Demon Art, keep my pants up suspender style. Yo, the blood sickle.
Yeah. Things are gonna get real next episode.
That would be actually really cool to see him fight Nezuko though, with her exploding blood art, where the blood just like allows her limbs to like stretch, and then it's just like, could the two blood tools, how would those compare? Oh, I know we're probably not gonna see it, but I like to like imagine the possibilities.
I think they're all gonna have to actually work as a team. I think this is the first time Inosuke, Zenitsu, Tanjiro will need to actually contribute, because this guy seems legit.
Well, I thought they were gonna have to work together just to beat Daki, but I think this is the perfect scenario. All 4 Demon Slayers working together, 4 against 2. I think they really do have a chance now that they can all work together, but this took a sharp right from where I thought it was going.
Yeah. Do you think Uzui's wives will play a factor at all, or are they done for this arc?
I want them to play a role, because it would be a shame if we didn't like get to see them in ninja action, you know?
I love that this show continually surprises me. I love that. I love that. I can't wait to watch the next one.
Me neither. Let us know your thoughts. You guys have been really good at avoiding spoilers, and I know we're getting down to crunch time here, so please keep it up. We want to be surprised. So helpful comments only below, please. And as always, we would be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for episode 15 of Demon Slayer coming next week. Thanks, guys.